on to the most important part of the show, which is, of course, the indie of the week.
Ooh.
Yay.
And this week, our indie is Max. MaxMini.
Ooh.
Oh, I like their
remember them.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have recently begun to do a ton of fantasy armies. And I thought, we should really go and have a look at what MaxMini's up to, because there's some stonking stuff in here. Really, really nice. Like really nice. Like a really nice box of crayons. Like really nice. That nice. So mostly fantasy. They do have some sci-fi, and we'll start with the sci-fi because it's a relatively compact and bijou part of it. But they have 3 ranges in here: your mechanical cult, your humans, and your orcs. The mechanical cult, as you can see, is relatively small. 3 berserk-looking things, and this guy, who I'm not saying he's gone wrong, but
Stavros's upgrade.
do you remember Launchpad McQuack had a superhero version that was on a monowheel? He looked like a RoboCop duck on a monowheel.
Oh my, no.
Do you not remember that? It ended up, I think, I got a spin-off TV show with just Launchpad. It was amazing, but nobody knew that's who it was. That's what that reminds me of, and I can never unsee that. And if you don't know what that is,
you're going to have to paint it as such now.
Oh, yeah. So, people at home need to go and watch. It must have been a spin-off from Tailspin. Anyway, enough of that. The little monowheel androids, interesting. The exosuits are extravagant.
Ooh.
These, I have no idea what they could be used for, but I'll find a use for them, because I've got a massive robot in a not dissimilar. Oh, in fact, it's there. This is supposed to contain a goblin. Oh, it contains dust, and it's just weird Warhammer or not Warhammer, Warcraft-esque big goblin mechanical suit, and that's what these struck me as.
Very much so.
You back there. And I absolutely love the sheer TikTok man clockwork baldness of them. They're just ridiculous.
It's very odd, but in an awesome way. Yeah.
It's got like airplane wings.
It does.
Strapped to it for stability, balance. It's not for flight. We know that.
Bonus armor, maybe.
But bonus. You two can jump off a cliff wearing these and you'll be fine. Are you sure? Yeah. Where'd you get the wings from? The last one who jumped off a cliff. Okay.
I suppose if you painted
could be surfboards.
It could be. I suppose if you painted the face in the middle with like a green skin look, you could have these as like weird killer cans or mega armor or something, maybe.
Maybe do some Storm Boys.
Yeah. Very big store boys, perhaps. Depends how large these are.
I wonder if those are the rafts for the arms for the actual STL 3D printing thing. But no, because there's like a thing. No, I'm absolutely baffled by these. So curious. Anyway, so yeah, mechanical cult, 3 of those exosuits, huge, bizarre bananas. Yeah. Good for a dungeon
like the runes
project.
On those hex tiles that you looked at a couple of weeks ago. They actually just turned out to be the name of the company.
Hex World. The problem is whenever I'm filming here, I can't see the bottom corner of my screen, which was the only place that had the HE. So all I was seeing was the other random bits. And I was like, what is that?
The secrets have been revealed.
Yeah. Anyway, so mechanical cult, get out of here. Orcs, we'll have a look at. Leave the humans to last because I really like the humans, but the orcs have got some neato stuff in there.
I love the junkyard roller.
It's cool. It's nice. It is nice.
A sneaky gobbo.
Sneaky goblin, looking like some sort of commando-esque with his little woolly hat on and his accurate timepiece, so he knows exactly when to start shooting. The answer is when everybody else starts shooting.
Exactly.
But we know that watch is only right twice a day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's no way that's working. It's probably one of those Fisher-Price ones. So he just turns it to the time. It doesn't actually move anyway.
What time is it? Fighting time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes an awful lot of sense when you say it out loud.
Fighting and sneaking time.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Very nice.
Now,
I love the detail in those.
Yeah. I know for the fantasy miniatures, they're all resin cast. I believe these are the same.
Right.
So they tend to err towards the one-piece resins.
I like the Goblin Troopers. They're nice as well.
Everybody likes something. Yeah. None of you like Launchpad McQuacks.
Very flash.
Oh, proper Daka. Yeah.
I mean,
And the only solution to DACA is more DACA.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although, are those candles at the front of the middle one?
This one.
Yeah.
It's a flamethrower. Yeah. So it's the little
That's how
light
you
up of
ignition light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
I like him on the tracks. At least he doesn't have to carry his, unlike the other Muppets. You walking.
Walking is for suckers.
So stupid. I got my legs blown off now.
Can we have a look at the Goblin Troopers, please?
Oh my god!
Please.
So neat.
I want to do a Grot army next year. So this is
all right.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah, this could be really cool. I like those.
It's an unusual way to wear a gas mask.
Yeah.
I mean, he grabbed a human one, it don't fit.
Very 2020.
Pinches his nose. Oh, the chin diaper? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Vietnam platoon-esque feel to it. You know, you use the gas mask for anything except its actual purpose.
Although the one black marketeer that's selling nothing but explosives.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you want to buy some eggs?
What are you buying? What are you selling?
They're a nice looking bunch of stuff. Yeah. Junkyard Ruler, I have to show that before I get punched in the face by Justin.
I said I liked it. I didn't ask you to bring it up.
Oh,
it's totally fine.
To bring it up or I'd be punched. That's what he said.
I like that.
Yeah. See, it's little things like that I would love to actually grab and start doing some conversions with. You know, use the components to put into other kits.
Yeah. It looks like a good fit with some of the ramshackle stuff, actually.
Yeah.
Design and feel. Yeah.
Do Grot tanks still exist?
They do, but they're legends, I think. So you can use them, but not in like tournaments or something.
Okay, which is fine then, because
I mean, who wants to play a tournament?
Yeah.
that day has come and gone.
Orc Alliance Willies. Everyone loves a Willy.
Yep.
All right, those I would run a unit of 3 of those as killicans.
Right. I'd run them. Half tracks used to come with
or maybe buggies.
Yeah,
buggies, bikers.
Buggies.
Maybe.
I wouldn't go for the bikers because it doesn't have twin linked. That's what I'm thinking, just the buggies.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, Nork's doing Nork's own work, including
Gubbins bot.
Yep.
Love it.
So instead of Wally, it's Orky.
That's not right. You're not right. Look, another Sherman-esque look.
Yeah.
You two can have your
very nice
orc-styled US Army.
Yeah.
This is why we don't let Jim work in the factory on his own.
So, I've fled it. Let's get me back to my sci-fi humans. So, small range, but it is very Talon Desert Trooper.
Me likey.
Yeah. As most people would, because it's what everybody likes to see. And these are really nice. Again, actually seeing Imperial Guard regiments, not just a million Cadians. Your planet's gone. Give it up, people.
Yes, accept thy fate.
Yep. Just go and walk off into the desert. Join the Foreign Legion.
I like some of the heavy weapons. They're very nice.
Well, it's got that classic World War I, World War II look to it. Bunny them up and off you go. I mean, that's a really nice heavy bolter / autocannon, depending on what you want to use it as.
Yeah.
I suppose it would make more sense as the heavy bolter.
Yeah, then that one you'd maybe run as an autocannon.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously your lass.
Punching holes in tanks.
Always punching holes in tanks. Always be punching. Isn't that what they say? And of course, the trooper.
Oh, man. That's a really nice set. Love the grenade throwing dudes.
Talon Desert Raiders. I have a box somewhere that has 50 of them dead in it.
Wow.
Wait, dead ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
they made a dead one with his arms apart, and he was lying flat, so I got 50 of them so I could crucify them on the walls of a chaos fort I was building.
This is acceptable. This is acceptable.
Never got around to it. But, you know.
Surprising. Shock horror.
So someday I'll do that. It just amuses me because I had a friend played Desert Raiders, and I just wanted him to come in some way. I just look at his entire army nailed to the front walls of my fort.
I really like the mask design on those and how it's been integrated in with the headdresses, the turbans stuff. Yeah, really cool.
Very flavorful.
Yeah, and they also do a couple of other little bits and bobs. So
bits and bobs,
a couple of female characters and then some tank commandery types as well.
Well, nice mixture of tank commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got your commissar and your people who actually do work.
Mm-hmm. the one guy who's on to tech support.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or would it be tech priest support?
They just tell you you're wrong, and the Emperor will damn you. That's and Mars will never forgive. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, that's cool as well.
That's a very nice, elegant commissar. I like that.
Yeah. Big chunky weapons as well, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, and 6-inch stilettos on the battlefield. Great plan.
Yep.
They're just weapons.
Just like GW's female commissar whenever they released her.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all about the big stiletto-y things.
Big step on me energy. There we go.
So they do all of that, and then they also do a set of conversion parts.
Ooh. This is the kind of stuff that I remember MaxMini 4 doing, like little conversion kits and all that kind of stuff back in the day.
Yeah, those bits that just add a bit more flavor to your forces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of which there are substantial from your backpacks.
200 odd or something.
Yeah. Shields,
I like the shock trick bit. That's cool for those people doing sort of arbites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Or arbites, however people say it nowadays. So
everywhere you want. Nobody can tell you.
RBTs.
That's what I say.
RBTs.
I've always said RBTs.
Yeah.
Like diabetes. Like Wilfred Brimmel.
Got the RBTs. Yeah.
I want to speak to you now about the RBTs.
Yeah. Those are nice. I like those.
But I got diabetes.
But yeah, a whole host of heads, guns,
demon-bound swords. Amazing. Yep. Yeah. Endless collection of things.
Yeah.
Pig faces.
Yeah.
To make your pig-faced orcs. Proper orcs.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's some
the boar heads.
Boar heads. And the Brotherhood heads, of which I think I've got a set somewhere to use on my Elohai for Kings of War. Because I didn't like the heads on the Elohai, but then make them all hooded angels instead.
Good
killing
idea.
up people.
Yeah, I like the zombie survival set.
What's that? The chainsaw, crossbow, and
yeah, chainsaw, crossbow, baseball bat, katana, and axe.
Yep. Yeah. It's Ash meets the Walking Dead.
Yes,
cover all your bases. So yeah, a bucket loads, a whole host of stuff for a range of fantasy, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, and even something slightly modern.
Something to get lost in of a morning on your weekend as you're drinking your cup of tea, breakfast or something. Scroll through this and see what you can find.
Nice set of sea dragon cloaks.
Good for salamanders or something. Using them.
I mean, I'd nearly use that for some Alpha Legion.
Or Alpha Legion, yeah, good idea. Yeah.
Could be either way. Yeah. Anyway,
be a dark elf corsairs.
Perhaps? Well, I think that's pretty much where they came from.
Yeah.
But leaving all of the bits and pieces aside, fantasy miniatures.
So good.
So very many of them. And a lot of these came, I think, via the medium of TT Combat. They've done Kickstarters in the past for armies. So that is a good place to start because that contains one of my favorite dragons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The dragons from that are on here from MaxMini are phenomenal. And as me and Jerry were talking about this off camera, they're also incredibly well priced.
Yeah. These are resin figures. I've got a chunk of the tree men. In fact, we'll see the tree men later anyway. And they're good, chunky sculpts. Do they have the sheer amount of detail that you'd find on MRSA or Forge World or something like that? Possibly not. Bit less detail, but decent solid castings, but you cannot argue with the price. I think I've got of a dozen tree men for the fifth of the price that I got a dozen tree men from Mercer from.
Madness.
So, you know,
Wowee.
they're very, very different.
22 quid for a dragon.
22 quid for a
great.
dragon is just
What size
insane.
is said dragon?
I have no idea what size that dragon is.
It's 28 mil. So
yeah. Oh, it's not going to be a small thing.
no.
Yeah,
Fear
I mean
not.
that looks like it could be possibly 100 mil base.
Yeah, something like that.
Could be if it was on a proper square, we'd know for certain. But unfortunately,
I know.
If it was ranked up.
you want them in their natural habitat. I know this, Jerry.
Yeah. Little tiny,
Lovely.
delightful, pukey things. Hello, little tiny pukey
Kind of things
things.
you can use as lovely base decorations on your Nurgle forces.
Or a new version of snotlings, or
Yeah.
notlings, nurglings.
Nurglings, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Demonic Away. Fantasy Beasts, I think, is covered by everything else in here.
I think so.
So,
that was the only place I could find the particular dragon that I really like.
Yeah.
The green dragon there.
Green Dragon,
Forest
Forest. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
so
then.
good.
Although, I love that giant, the colossal gate charger.
Mm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice.
Oh, it's so very close to Sean Connery Dragonheart as well in its facial features.
Stop trying to stick that thing in me.
Yeah. Oh, love
I've never
that.
seen Dragonheart, so I have no idea what he said.
Something like that.
Probably. But yeah, again, 22 quid for a dragon.
Look at that. All the detail in the scales and everything.
Yeah.
I just need to start a dragon collection. Why
Yep.
not?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about to spray you with fertilizer.
Well, no, Green Dragon's poisonous gas.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Stare at that, because you don't get armor save against it. Ward saves only. What? Why are you laughing at me? Shut
Breaking out the classics. The giants are very nice.
The giants are. There's a giant army. I think they're all in there.
Because this ties into the TT combat side of things, isn't it? Doesn't it? I
Yes.
think because the giants were part of Kickstarters or something
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
So you two can run a giant army that contains
Mhm.
several massive giants plus half a dozen regular sized giants.
I love the one with the foot up. There's actually a person stuck to his foot.
Yep.
Like, oh, I stepped in human.
Yeah.
We can probably see that better on the actual thing. Where is he? There he's there.
A colossal trampler. So this is really good if you're one of those people who is getting into Age of Sigmar and you want to do the Gargant list, because all of these have been kind of themed to match
Yes.
that. So you can use them as the gate breaker and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, very good.
Ick.
And
I
really
stepped in someone.
And really well detailed again.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah. And again, for 60 quid
Yeah.
yeah.
on the pricier side, but still substantially cheaper than a lot of the alternatives
Yeah,
in this
but
deal in resin.
If you look at the shields that he's wearing, so those are human sized.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a
He
halfling,
is-
so that's a 20
yeah.
mil base.
So he is Mahusive.
I mean, even the regular giant is beefy enough anyway.
It's the
Yeah.
expression on his face as well.
Oh, he's
As
so
you
happy.
say, like, yeah, 'cause
Oh, yeah.
he's just like, oh yeah, I have crushed you.
Yeah, this is best day ever face.
Yeah. So good.
Quick look at the colossal gate charger. Don't want to get bogged down in giants.
Oh, but look at that. The detailing on that, well worth the price of admission.
Mm.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, because this is why I think they were. I only closed the one. I want to close all of you. Close all of you. Go away. That's why I think they went from TT to MaxMini, because myself and Ben a while ago were talking about the tree men,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, oh, but they're so cheap if you get them from here. And then we went looking, and you couldn't get them anywhere. They're out of stock.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
was like, oh, well, that's a pain in the backside. We'll have to come back and find them at some point.
Mhm.
So halflings, then there are several. There's 7 pages here because there are several fully themed armies.
Yes.
So there is a full medieval French army. There's a full
Mhm.
Arabian army. There's a full, I don't even know if it counts as a halfling or maybe it's in the undead, but there's a full undead halfling army where
Mhm.
everything can be fielded. So you can have your Pegasus Knights, which are called Pegasus, which is just great.
They will fly.
Yeah, very much so.
Look at that. How cool is that?
Little Louis Lancoeur
Yeah.
in halfling form. which is great as a winged arrowless for Kings of War players.
I was going to say these are perfect Kings of War armies.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Pegasus Knights.
Yeah.
And pigs fly very well.
Yeah.
They're just cracking. Absolutely cracking.
It's still good.
The hot pot launchers.
Proper classic halfling.
The drunks and casualties I want to see.
Drunks and casualties.
You two can get.
Look at that buff halfling.
Well, yeah, he's always moving the big pot about.
Or is it a
dwarf?
Or is it a dwarf that they've press ganged into duty? Perhaps
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Could go either way.
I mean, that's you talk about fast food deliveries.
Look, he's got a little hodgehog.
He does.
He's
got a
pigeon
duck
boy.
And a pigeon and a frog. Yeah.
Oh, the little tree frog is lovely.
What were we after? Drunks?
Drunks and casualties, bottom right.
Good for putting behind your units as you start to take damage and wounds and all sorts of things, or lose morale. Yeah.
Well, no, even if you want to just do base fillers to fill out units,
True.
these are great.
For fans of Blood Bowl and other fantasy football games, for your spectators.
Good idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fill your stands with drunks. Just like nature intended. Oh, they aren't here. Here's our little vampire halfling.
Also, if you want to do a fun field, do some trip hazards.
Yes.
I want to bite your knee. Can't get any higher.
Love it.
Yeah. So the halfling range is insanely good.
I really like that they boxed them in the style of the classic Warhammer army boxes as well, which was really good.
I'll have a shifted. The army boxes is probably a good way to see what else is
kicking around. So
around.
good.
Yeah, they're very honky chunky.
Treatment are great. As you may notice, most of them, there is a set amount of sculpts, like 3 sculpts or so, and then they repeat. But that's still fine when you're doing shambling hordes of shamblers.
Yeah, that should give you more than enough variation.
It does when I add it to the 2 units of Mace ones I have already. Paul was particularly fond of seeing 24 treemen charging across the table with the
because I really like the mantic. Is it the tree herder, the tree shepherd, the
tree herder, very large, yeah.
And then mixing in these with some of the smaller tree spirits that they've done as well. I think it would be really nice to touch. I think it would be really good. Yeah.
Let's shift use away.
You too can have Jafar.
Yeah. I could have sworn there's the does not have just the big. Oh man, where are you hiding? Show me there they are. That's what I'm after.
That's all the boxes.
There's all. Now we're cooking with classical gas, hiding them from me, sons of bitches. I will cut them. But yeah, see things like the halfling undead, and like you say, they have that classic look to them. That's a big thing. But 167 miniatures. It's a full fantasy army.
Yep.
Kings of War, Ninth Age, Old World, Fantasy, Warlords of Erwan, Saga with a bit of magic. Whatever you want
to play.
It's all done. 125 quid. That's less than £1 a model.
Yeah.
And some of those models are big models.
Yeah.
You know, there's a cockatrice in there.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
And a huge unit of werewolves.
Yes. Oh, the werewolves are gorgeous as well. Yeah. If you want to do werewolf packs for forces of nature undead.
We're werewolves, not swearwolves. So.
And the whole, hex race and everything else. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I think it's particularly good as well because a lot of times people will have undead armies and they just tend to be made of human beings.
Humans.
Whereas this could be like, here's an entire army of undead, but they're all tiny and they're going to nibble your kneecaps off.
Yeah. I mean, look at that.
The trolls as well. Yeah.
Again, trolls, chariots, multiple units of cav and infantry. And the price is insanely good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even the zombie cockatrice on its own, that's only 20 quid.
Yeah. But I think I think it's cheaper if you buy it in the army.
Considering everything else.
Everything else, because, if the armies, most regiments come in at around about 20 quid. So whether it's a big unit or a unit of infantry, let's find some humans.
Shield Maiden bears.
Yep, there you go. Halfling Sand Rider or Camel Riders, yeah.
But I want to find taller people. Dry undead, not touching.
Mummies are right. Oh, what?
Cactus golems. There we go.
I love the cactus golems. Those are really cute.
Yeah, they are prickly customers. Oh.
I mean, they just want a hug. Unfortunate.
I love the swamp golems.
Leshen?
Golems. It's kind of like a Leshen. Near enough to a Leshen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think if each regiment is costing you roughly 20 quid to buy individually, then picking up the army box.
Hell, good value.
Yeah.
Such a good unit of werewolves as well.
It's
Really good
nice,
proportions.
Really nice unit of werewolves.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to buy any werewolves. In this house, there's somewhere in the region of 200 odd werewolves. But
Gary, I think you have a problem.
I don't have a problem. Some of them are for different games. I've 100 confrontation werewolves.
Right.
Which will never be multi-based, for I need them for confrontation. So then if I need to look elsewhere for werewolves. I need to be able to differentiate them between forces of nature.
So the right werewolf for the right game.
And undead. Yeah. So,
very nice.
You've got to have different ones. That's a really nice looking unit of trolls as well.
It is.
Or trolls.
Taking some of the classic look of them, but then playing around with some other bits and pieces.
A big pot belly on them.
Mm-hmm.
Look, and somebody's going to get battered upside the head with a log.
Great.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good way to go. But
it's really nice to see that the MaxMini stuff has been combined quite nicely with what was, as you said earlier, kind of drifting off into the unknown from TT Combat.
Yeah.
Well, and so it's now been sort of brought back into one place where you can just get everything together, which I think is a really nice.
There is what we need for Dungeonalia. The charismatic halfling adventurers.
Of course, yeah. Look at that flaming hair. Wonderful.
Look, it's that one from the Warriors 3 that nobody can remember. The one who wasn't Bale Skull.
Yeah. The one that got replaced after.
He got replaced. I think he was replaced in all 3 films. It's a different actor in every film. That's how unmemorable he was.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, well, for 2 of the actors, maybe, or 3, I don't know.
They got paid.
Is it better to be replaced before you hit the downward slope of the films, or would you rather just stick around? He's nice. Anyway.
Very, very classic witchy hunter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the MaxMini fantasy range is one that I think people have to check out. It's extensive. If you wanted to do something a little bit different, there's a lot in here that is a little bit different. Obviously, a lot of it is fantasy adjacent to Warhammer, so the work is as proxies or will mitigate across very easily. But the fact that they do so many different halfling armies means you could run all your armies as halflings. You have your halfling undead, you have your halfling Araby looking ones, you have your Frenchy halflings, stick them off a different list from each one, and away you go. And
load of ogres as well.
It's just a terrific set.
It keeps going.
Yeah, it's a terrific set that hopefully will keep going as well. Because obviously now they have multiple armies, ogres, dry undead. They actually have a
mummy centaurs.
Yeah,
odd.
Yeah, and even the elves themselves, terrible racist elves.
Bloody knife ears.
But again, they have a more desert theme to them, so you've got really nice different aspects. It's not just the classic fantasy look.
Yeah,
you've got a whole range of stuff that you can sort of play around with and have really unique armies behind them.
It feels really good for a game like Kings of War, where you're encouraged, especially when you're looking at something like the human factions, to do something a little bit different, a bit more unique, rather than just sticking to kind of like your classic sort of medieval style or Vikings or something like that. So yeah, very nice.
Yeah, there's a whole world out there for most fantasy games, and then the companies that develop the games will go, well, this is the little part of that world that we can explore ourselves because of cost. But if there are continents, then there are different regions, different climates, and therefore different people. Go nuts.
Yeah.
Not every orc has to live in a mountain wearing furs.
Very
some
true.
of them may be better than the elves, obviously, who are filthy racists. Right. So that's MaxMini. That's our indie
Very
of the
nice.
week.
Wonderful.
We shall have a quick swish and come back for the news.